What's going on? It's been a while since I did one of these, but I'm going through my states where it's just like everything is coming flooding into my brain. It's all rapid fire. I'm actually heading to my office right now. It's Sunday, and I'm just gonna be on that whiteboard because that's how I get all my ideas out. But I wanted to share two things with you guys. One pertains to annual planning. And moving on to the next year. So I am very critical of myself, and when I don't accomplish something, I beat myself up. And I was analyzing this year's results, and I shifted a little bit. Instead of focusing on the targets that I didn't hit, and I started focusing on the targets that I did hit, and I realized that I was able to hit more of my targets in the times that I didn't. And I'm sharing this because for those of you who are similar to me, we need to take a little moment and really praise ourselves for what we are doing right. So that's that. Make sure you analyze what you've done, and next year, go forward, keep those same goals on the ones that you didn't accomplish, and move forward to try to hit them. The other thing I want to talk about is hiring, recruiting, retention. There's all these companies now, they're giving $2,500 bonus sign-ons, $10,000. They're paying $20 an hour, $30 per hour. Here's the thing. So our company has been paying $22, $24, and $26 per hour for the past year. And before that, it was $19, $22, and $24. So we have three different tiers. The thing is, you can only throw money at the retention and recruitment problem for so long. You can only throw money at the recruitment and retention problem for so long. Team members will see through it. A lot of companies are thinking this is a money issue, where in fact, a lot of it has to do with a culture issue. And now, for the first time and forever, it's an employee's market. They get to choose where they work. And if you're not ready to treat them the way they want to be treated, especially millennials, especially people of my generation, it's boom, on to the next. There is no loyalty in terms of staying in the company forever, retiring, getting this gold watch. There isn't that. The loyalty to a lot of people in our generation, my generation, is to self. And how do we move forward towards a bigger picture, right? When I say self, I don't mean it's selfish, because a lot of millennials, they want to know, a lot of people in my generation, we want to know that we're having an impact in what we do. But that impact in what we do is also something that's a gratification for us. Like, it makes us happy that we're doing that. So in a sense, it is that loyalty to self, right? It's a selfish loyalty, if you will. So these companies, they're throwing money, man, this thing is not stabilized. These companies, they're throwing money at this recruitment issue and hoping that this is going to solve it, but they're not fixing the way that they interact with their team members. Team members don't leave, and I've said this before, team members don't leave companies, they leave management. So as you're working and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this state just raised $15 minimum wage, $20 minimum wage, Amazon's paying $20, $25, $30 per hour, whatever it is, don't get too tied up with the money. You need to have that initial pay that gets them through the door. And I'd say for a lot of people in the service industries, in the cleaning industry, in the landscaping, jobs that are more laborious, you need to have that pay. Yes, it needs to be right, and maybe a little bit higher than some of the non-labor intensive jobs, but you need to get the culture right. You need to make sure that your team knows and understands that you value and appreciate them. And this cannot be something that's done falsely. Like, it needs to be true and genuine, because they'll be able to see through that. My job in my company is team member obsessment. Not assessment. It's being obsessed with the team member. Yeah, obsession. I'm not even gonna cut this out. I'm just gonna go straight through. It's team member obsession. So Tiffany and I, we focus on HR, recruiting, and finance. And our job is to make sure that we're obsessed with the internal customer, and we're making this the best company to work for. The job of my sales and my scheduling team, theirs is client obsession. Their job is to do everything that fits in terms and in line for the client. A lot of times we're only focusing on the external customer, the client, but we're not focusing on the internal customer, our team members. And I did a talk on this at QDS when we were talking about marketing by the numbers. And I also shared it for the ZenMate Summit. At the end, I show exactly what a great team member that is showing up to work brings in your company versus what a client brings in your company. And that team member will always be more profitable than the client. Yes, we need the client in order to bring the team member and give them a position. But a lot of times we spend so much energy, time, and focus on our clients, we forget the internal customers. That's all I have for you guys. This is my first video that I'm actually sharing, because I have a lot of videos that's just in my content database. First one I'm sharing since May. Kind of went off the grid a little bit to focus on my business and just my family and things that were important to me. A lot of things on social, everyone's fighting about whatever it is, whether it be political, and actually majority of it political. So I'm like, I need to take that time off, step back, and focus on what was important to me. But to everyone that reached out to me, I appreciate you. Have a great day, guys, and be great.